How you doing, guys? Brian here. So we have received preliminary numbers to Joe Biden's new infrastructure bill, which has a lot of money allocated towards clean energy. That's why you saw all the electrical vehicle and other energy stocks go nuts today. I think this was just a preliminary of what's going to happen tomorrow and the rest of the week. So today I just want to give you a little update on NIO, Palantir, and CCIV. If you played NIO based on my last video, you would have made good money today. I see it dropping a little bit, right? And it will recover and it'll stay sideways for a second, but then eventually we're gonna see it rise to around 37 to 39. I would be confident in buying NIO around here, 35. I don't see NIO dropping from 35, period. If you didn't, that's okay. Let's look at what's in the preliminary numbers for Part 1 of the infrastructure bill reveal. So the Washington Post here says that on Wednesday, the White House is supposed to unveil what's going to be, the actual numbers for this $2.25 trillion package. But the important things to notice here is if you read down here, it will include hundreds of billions of dollars towards clean energy, electric grid, high-speed broadband, all of that, which is really good. And that's why you saw all of the energy stocks going nuts today. So you could see a little bit of a sell-off once we hit some sort of peak, but this is going to be good in the long term. See, now with Joe Biden, I feel like he's trying to become, or trying to get the country to have zero emissions by 2035. So what this means is good business for electrical vehicle companies. And that's why I'm a huge fan of companies like NIO, Lucid Motors. I have some charging station companies that I might bring to you and show you what I'm buying, some SPACs that I'm investing in. So that's why I'm heavily invested in electrical vehicle companies. And I'm going to add some new stocks to my long-term portfolio. So I'm going to leave the link down below, some of the stocks that I'm going to be buying and I'm going to be looking at this week. So this is good. This is good news. Definitely look out for high volatility tomorrow, hopefully, in the electrical vehicle companies. As you saw, NIO was just ripping today. So definitely be on the lookout for this next bill because you want to know where that money is being allocated to put your money in certain stocks because stocks move on news. Yeah, so for tomorrow, I believe we're still going to test 39. That's what I had expected before for NIO. I know I said 38 was intermediate resistance, but since we stayed almost close to 38, tomorrow, if we're able to stay above 38 during pre-market hours, I can see us testing 39 again. I don't think we're gonna test 40 or this is my next resistance, which is a strong resistance up here. That would be at 40. We may test it, but I do not think so. I think we're going to stay flat a little bit, and we may get another pump to around 39, and then we're going to drop back again to 38, something like that. So if you're going to play the volatility of electrical vehicle stocks tomorrow, that would be a good thing to do because I think they're still going to be moving based on the news of the new bill. But remember that once those news are out, and once the numbers are out, I feel like people will start taking profits because, the market is pretty volatile right now. So I wouldn't play the long-term game right now. I would just take advantage of volatility at this moment. If we can come down, we would come down to around here, 36.5 or something. If we're gonna pull back a little bit, then if it pulls back, you should be looking at this line for a bounce back. That's how you pretty much would swing a stock intraday like that. Okay, now let's talk about CCIV, who didn't move as much as NIO today for some reason. But remember, this one's getting beaten down in special. It's differently than NIO. You still have support around 22.70, something like that. And my first resistance was and is still around 24.2. So tomorrow, right now we're in the middle. Remember, when it's right in the middle, I don't trust it. So if you're gonna play for a swing, I wouldn't buy here, right? If you miss on it, then it's fine. Or if you're gonna play for a swing play, at least have a stop right around 23.3. if you're gonna buy tomorrow for a swing trade, right? Around 23, below 23, you should have your stop loss. But if we pull back, we're gonna pull back around 22.75. 23 would be a good bounce back play if you're trying to swing it. But I do believe that we're gonna be able to get close to 24 point something tomorrow. If it ends up going, if it breaks both of these two resistances, because this at 24.5, we have strong resistance. But if it ends up breaking it, then we're gonna have that resistance around 24.80, I think 24.80 something. So definitely look out for these numbers, for these lines tomorrow when you're trading. Draw these lines on your Webull account. If you don't have Webull, I'll leave a link down in the description below, and then you can join, and they give you 2 free stocks worth about $1,850. If you use my link, I would look for $23 to start adding for a day trade, and then have my stop loss below 23. That could be your plan for CCIV tomorrow. I think CCIV and Lucid Motors is a beautiful company. They're gonna open up about 21 studios, I think, in 2021. So that's huge. There's, this stock is getting shorted, heavily shorted right now, but there's a lot of potential for CCIV, for Lucid Motors, I'm sorry. And plus, since we have a lot of support for clean energy and all of that, I feel like this is a great company long term at this cheap price. Also, they're thinking about manufacturing this cheap car, this $25,000 car. If that ends up happening, they will change the playing field, and they will make electrical vehicles more affordable and more reachable for people like you and me. Look out for this level, 22.70, and look out for these two resistances around 24.2 and 24.5. If we break those, you have another resistance around 24.8. So you should draw those 3 lines on your chart, and then you would do well, because you can just look at it, right? All right, so now let's quickly look at Palantir, what's happening with Palantir, what could happen tomorrow. Yeah, so for Palantir for tomorrow here, this would be a good line to add to your chart, this purple line here, because if it dips during pre-market hours or during the start of the trading hours, then you can grab it right down here around 21.2, 21.3, and then you can grab it for a day trade on the way back up, because it can dip down, it's done it already, and it goes right back up to support, which is around $22. So resistance for tomorrow would be around 22.6, which is only around 60 cents from where it's at right now, or 50 cents. But we can easily go up to this other resistance around $23.3. So we would be breaking the $23 mark, and then this is where it could be playing tomorrow. These 4 lines right here. So if you see it come down here, it would be a good play for a day trade. And then this is support, strong support, and we can easily bounce off of this line, meaning if you're going to trade it from down here to here, that would be a good play. Or if it starts going up, and if you're trading it and it breaks this resistance or stays above it, if it stays above this number right here, 22.6, I would buy for another leg up to test the other resistance around 23.3. That would be Palantir for tomorrow. Definitely draw these lines on your chart. Trust me, it's really helpful. So follow me on Twitter, and you have a great night and good luck tomorrow.